Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excel Engage. Today we will be having a session on pivot table. Okay, so I will explain you how to use pivot table in an Excel worksheet. Okay, so trust me guys, pivot table is a very useful tool for any kind of Excel work you do. Okay, so it will actually help you to bring down your calculation time to almost half. So it is a very important tool to be used when you have huge amount of data. Okay. So today I am using a very basic sales data to work on. Okay. So I will also help you exactly where you can find or any kind of practice data. So I have a very nice website. It's contextures.com. You can download sample data sheets for your practice and use it for your Excel practice. Okay, so I will be coming up with other concepts as well. So today I am only talking about pivot table. So we'll also be in our future videos we'll be talking about H lookup, V lookup, then how to use pivot graphs. So all these kind of examples we will be working on. Okay, so today I will just explain my data points. So in the sales data, I have a sales data of a company which is selling pencil, binder, pen, desk, all these kind of items they're selling. Okay, and in that and which all region their sales is happening and who is doing sales. So you have region, you have representatives, you have items, which day the order was done. Okay, which are what are the total number of units being sold, then per unit cost and the total. Okay, so this is obviously in dollars. Okay, so per unit cost in dollars. So with this data, for any kind of person who works on data, it's very important for us to have a very sorted data. So in order to work on pivot table, you need to have a very sorted data. Okay, so if your data is not clean, you have to clean it up first. In fact, it means everything should be in similar format. Suppose if you're writing east, west, center, and then suddenly you write one or two, or maybe you also write representative names over here, then you will not be getting correct data. Okay, similarly, if in place of units you're writing unit cost, so it'll bring calculations problem. That is why it is very important to have your data in a cleaned format so that you can further use a pivot table on it. Okay, so before we proceed, you need to understand what is a column and what is a row in an Excel sheet. Okay, so all these values you see over here, okay, you see A, B, C, D, E, F, all these are nothing but columns of an Excel sheet. Okay, so if I go straightward, okay, so it's all these are all columns of a sheet. Then all these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these are rows of a Excel sheet. So it's very important to understand. Okay, now for example, if I write A1 is to G10, this means I have my data from A1 to G1, then A2 to G2, A3 to G3 till 10. Okay, so I have my table covered till G10. So if I have to write a table, it's an array format. Okay, if I have to write a two-dimensional array in it's a multi-dimensional array, sorry. So if I have to use a multi-dimensional array, I have to write the first column heading and the last column heading with the row number. So first column with first row and the last column with the last row number. That will take the complete data of that table. Okay, so we will be using these concepts later. Okay, so I have created three tasks over here which we will be calculating. One is how to find region wise sales, how to find representative wise sales and item wise sales. Okay, so I will try and understand which region has done how much sales, okay, which is column B. Then I will understand which representative has done how much sales, which is column C. Then I will try and understand which item has been getting sold revenue wise. Okay, so now the item I can use actually as a unit number because obviously the costs are varying. Okay, so it could be maybe the pencil has the sales of the pencil, the unit wise it has been higher than the binder, but the price of the pencil is low, that is why the total revenue would be lesser. So what I will do, I will use units when it comes to calculation for the item wise sales. Okay, and for these two I will be using total revenue, that is unit sold into unit cost. And here I will be using total units sold. Okay, so you need to remember these. Okay, the total over here, it's already a calculated value. It is same. If you can just cross check, it's into this. It's the same value. Okay. So as it was already there in the data, but we do not have to sit and do the calculation. Okay. So what I will do, I will be okay. So let's go to data. So you see so many sub sections over here. One is home, one is insert, one is page layout, formulas. So there are so many numbers of formulas you can use in your Excel if you're working on any kind of core financial data or any kind of analytics, statistical analysis you're doing. You have all the mathematical formulas available, you can simply use it. You also get formats. Okay, so for pivot table we'll just have to come to data. Okay, okay. um okay, so for pivot, you can have a maybe a basic data ready, but if you want to import a data from anywhere, then you can use this. Or if you want to refresh the data, then you can use this. So the reason why we need this data section is we have to keep our data refreshed and updated. Same thing will get refreshed in the pivot automatically. Okay, now as pivot is a function to be inserted, we will be going to insert. Okay, so anytime you work on the data, automatically the data tab will be open. Okay, now we have to move out of the data tab. I'll just select it, I'll go to insert. Okay, and I'll click on pivot table. Okay, now you see select a table or a range, so it's automatically selected. It's sheet 1 A to G. Now the reason why it has got a selection of A to G is because I have just copied the rows altogether. I have not copied the table. That is, the data was still row number 45. I did not select the data till there. I have selected only the column, that is why only the columns are coming. I will also tell you why I have done this. Okay, so I have to use new worksheet or existing worksheet. So we'll be using both the formats. Okay, so let's try with new worksheet. So it's already clicked. All I have to do is okay. Okay, I got my new sheet. Okay, and the data is getting pulled from sheet 1. Okay, so what we'll be using as rows is region. Okay, I want region sales. I'll pull this down over here to my rows. Okay, I've got a label, row label. So I have central, east and west, and I want total revenue. In the values I will pull the total value, and here I have my table. I have the region wise sales. Okay, and now let's experiment and try and put it in a column instead of row. How will it look like? So if I shift this region from rows to column, here your value is visible like this. Now the reason why I have used a row instead of column, see, it will not make much difference to your value, but the only problem here is the format. Right now you just have three unique values, that is why it looks comparatively clean. But if you have like 20-30 values, it will not look clean at all, and you have to use a row to have a smooth view at the numbers what is visible over here. That is why I will again pull it back and put it to rows. It is as simple as that. Okay, okay, so we have region wise sales revenue data over here. Now what do we need? We need representative wise sales. Okay, same formula. I'll just select my rows over here. Sorry, I'll just select my columns over here. I'll go to insert. I'll click on pivot table. Now instead of a new worksheet, I will use existing worksheet. Now if you can see, there is a location section over here. I'll just click on location. Okay, I will choose a location and I'll click on OK. I have my pivot table ready over here. Okay, now I will use representative as rows. Okay, and total as my total value. Now do you see, I have representative sales. So I have total revenue done by each and every representative irrespective of the dates. Okay, so here you can also find out you can use filters. It's a very unique thing to do if you want to find any specific. Okay, okay, so I have used ordered date as filter. Okay, now I want to know specific day which representative what. So suppose if I choose this date, so on this particular date, that is 27th of September, I only had Sorvino doing the sales. I did not have any other representative doing any kind of sales. Okay, so this way you can just find out which particular day who did what. Okay, so all these kind of calculations can be done. And if you want to simply remove it, if you do not really want to use it, I can pull it back and it has gone. Okay, now the last, which is unit sold. So we want items sales. Okay, what I'll do, I just copy this and paste. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just copy this. I'll select it and again insert pivot. Okay, existing worksheet. I'll just give a location. I'll give a location over here. Okay, so I have my units sold by. So I have items to find out. Okay, and then I have total units which has been sold. So let's check. Okay, so now do you find? So these are the sum of units for each items. So you can see the highest sales has been for the binder, then for the pencil, then pen set, then pen, then desk. So desk has the minimum. Okay. So and suppose if you want to find total also. Okay. Let's have this as a value. Okay. You can see another row, another column which has the total revenue per head. Okay. So if you see total revenue for binder is 9,000, then for the pen set is this. So you see the difference. Okay, so pencil, the number of units sold was the highest, but the revenue is less. It's not very high. And the pen set, the revenue is pretty high. Okay, even in the desk, the revenue is good. So all these numbers will help you find out uh, unique understanding of how maybe how an agent is doing sales wise, if he or she is performing really very well, what is an amount of sales the person is doing when it comes to the total sales, and that will help you in in calculating incentives, maybe designing those incentive plans. Then you can also find out which representative is not doing well. Maybe you have to work around and frame a training session for that, for sales. Now if you see item wise, so which item you have to focus on, and which area is doing better for any particular for which item, so you can accordingly do product placement when it comes to marketing. So all these data numbers will help you in understanding your product performance, your pricing, and also your overall revenue growth. Okay, so that is why it's very important to learn the basics of Excel, in which pivot is of utmost important. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, guys. I will be coming up with most videos and help you understand some other concepts of Excel. Bye bye.